Look at your phone for a moment. That innocent-looking TikTok icon is your digital Trojan horse, accessing your location, contacts, browsing history, and tracking every tap, while sending this data to servers controlled by a company legally obligated to share with a foreign government. Have you considered what's happening with your information? This reality has lawmakers from both parties finding rare agreement. The question centers on who uses your data and why. With 170 million American users spending 52 minutes daily scrolling, TikTok has transformed beyond a dance app. 60% of users are under 30, a demographic whose digital habits are still forming, turning harmless entertainment into a national security concern. From dancing app to digital superpower, to understand TikTok's meteoric rise, we need to travel back to 2014, when a seemingly innocent app called Musical.ly first appeared. This lip-syncing platform would eventually transform into something far more consequential than its creators likely ever imagined. In 2017, Chinese tech giant Bytedance made a strategic move that would reshape the digital landscape, acquiring Musical.ly for approximately $1 billion and merging it with their existing app, Douyin, to create what we now know as TikTok. What began as teenagers mimicking their favorite songs evolved into one of the most dominant forces in social media history. This transformation stemmed from Bytedance's calculated decisions that propelled TikTok beyond simple entertainment into a cultural juggernaut. Their acquisition strategy laid the foundation for an entirely new model of digital engagement. Their laser focus on short-form video content created the perfect format for an attention-starved digital generation. But it was their recommendation algorithm that truly changed the game. Unlike Facebook or Twitter's reliance on who you follow, TikTok's engineering team built something fundamentally different. The platform's For You page operates as a silent puppeteer, directing each user's digital journey by analyzing behavior at a granular level, learning precisely what keeps you engaged longer. This algorithmic approach created unprecedented retention rates that left competitors scrambling to catch up. While American users were busy creating dance challenges and comedy sketches, TikTok's parent company was quietly building one of the most sophisticated data collection systems in social media history. The innocent public perception masked a significant reality. TikTok functioned as a new model for digital influence that accumulated user information at an unprecedented scale. TikTok's expansion faced early regulatory hurdles that would have crippled less strategic companies. However, Bytedance navigated these challenges masterfully, emphasizing transparency and regulatory compliance, while continuing their aggressive global growth. They presented themselves as good faith actors in the digital space, while simultaneously building out infrastructure that would soon challenge American tech dominance. The critical inflection point for TikTok came during the Trump administration. What had previously been perceived as harmless entertainment suddenly became the center of international controversy. The administration's attempt to ban the app highlighted something profound. TikTok had evolved from a quirky video platform into a geopolitical chess piece between global superpowers. This pivot point revealed a deeper truth. Bytedance had created something that transcended simple social networking. The engineering behind TikTok's interface demonstrated algorithmic capabilities that extended far beyond connecting friends or sharing content. It showcased an unprecedented ability to capture and retain human attention, a capacity with profound political and social implications. As TikTok's influence grew, American companies rushed to create alternatives. Triller launched in 2019 with celebrity endorsements and significant funding. Instagram hurriedly developed Reels in 2020. Byte attempted to recapture the magic of short-form video. Yet despite their resources and established user bases, these competitors fell stunningly short. The reason? TikTok's first-mover advantage, combined with its superior algorithmic design, created an insurmountable lead. While Instagram and YouTube had spent years optimizing for one type of engagement, TikTok's recommendation engine operated differently, creating an experience that felt almost telepathic in its ability to predict user preferences. The platform's content discovery mechanism proved virtually impossible to replicate, leaving American alternatives perpetually playing catch-up. This algorithmic superiority manifested in user engagement metrics that shocked the industry. TikTok's growth rate outpaced established giants like Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube in record time. The platform achieved in months what had taken others years, demonstrating a fundamental shift in how social platforms could acquire and retain users. The attention economy's perfect weapon. Those unprecedented user retention rates weren't accidental. They were the product of an algorithm specifically designed to hack human psychology. What makes TikTok fundamentally different is how it represents the first truly effective weapon in the war for human attention. Welcome to the attention economy, where our finite mental bandwidth is treated like a depleting resource, more precious than gold. Minutes of human focus are the ultimate currency in this marketplace. Every social platform competes for this dwindling treasure. TikTok, however, has rewritten the playbook entirely. Facebook and Instagram built empires on social connections, showing content primarily from people you follow. TikTok, it took a radically different approach, bypassing this limitation completely. The secret lies in the deceptively simple For You page. Unlike traditional social graphs that limit content exposure to your established network, TikTok's algorithm analyzes behavior at a microscopic level. It measures exactly how long you watch each video, tracks what you engage with, even notes how long you linger on certain content types. The system detects your preferences, whether you consciously provide feedback or not. This design creates something revolutionary, a platform that doesn't require network building to deliver engaging content. Open the app once, and TikTok begins learning about you, serving increasingly personalized videos without requiring you to follow accounts or build connections. Instant gratification in its purest digital form. Consider Sarah, a new user who downloads TikTok out of curiosity. 10 minutes later, she's still scrolling. 3 hours pass before she realizes it. The algorithm has already learned she pauses longest on cooking videos, comedy sketches, and dance trends. Tomorrow, her feed will be even more tailored to these interests. Her finger keeps scrolling, searching for that next perfect video. Each new discovery triggers a tiny dopamine rush. The neurological impact of this design is profound. Short-form video content triggers brain responses that release dopamine, creating a feedback loop that keeps users returning. Each quick video satisfies our novelty-seeking brains without requiring significant time investment. Just one more video becomes 10, then 50. According to leaked internal documents from Bytedance, TikTok deliberately maximizes addiction metrics. The platform employs variable reward schedules, a psychological technique where unpredictable rewards appear at irregular intervals. This same mechanism makes gambling so addictive. You never know when the next delightful video will appear, so you keep scrolling. The results? Staggering. Users measure engagement in hours, not minutes. They open the app repeatedly throughout the day, creating multiple sessions that accumulate into significant daily usage. Each opening reinforces the pattern, strengthening the neurological pathways that associate TikTok with reward. Beyond the algorithm, TikTok embeds psychological triggers throughout the experience. Vertical scrolling creates seamless transitions between videos, removing natural stopping points. Immediate autoplay eliminates decision fatigue. Creation tools lower participation barriers, transforming consumers into creators, deepening platform investment. What makes TikTok so effective is this combination: short-form content that satisfies quickly but leaves you wanting more, hyper-personalization that improves with every second of engagement, variable rewards that keep you hunting for the next dopamine hit, a perfect storm of psychological triggers, creating what experts now describe as the most effective digital addiction machine ever built. 2 apps, 1 company. The Douyin paradox behind the most captivating digital addiction machine exported to the world lies an unexpected twist. While Western teenagers spend countless hours scrolling through endless TikTok content, their Chinese counterparts experience something dramatically different. The same company that engineered the world's most addictive social platform has created Douyin, TikTok's Chinese twin, operating under an entirely different set of rules. This paradox reveals a calculated strategy that extends far beyond mere business interests. Imagine two teenagers. Emma in Chicago opens TikTok and falls into a 3-hour spiral of dance videos and comedy skits, while Wei in Beijing uses Douyin for exactly 40 minutes to watch science tutorials before the app automatically shuts down. This stark contrast illustrates Douyin's strict guardrails for users under 14 years old. Guardrails completely absent on TikTok. This deliberate restriction was implemented by Bytedance under Chinese regulatory guidance. The content divide between platforms further separates these digital twins. TikTok fills Western feeds with dance challenges, pranks, and viral trends, while Douyin emphasizes educational content like science experiments, historical facts, and skill development videos. Chinese regulators have pushed Bytedance to create a fundamentally different user experience, one that treats digital platforms as tools for national advancement rather than pure entertainment. Censorship forms another wall between the platforms. Political commentary, certain comedy styles, and even popular dance trends that thrive on Western TikTok face immediate removal on Douyin. The Chinese version operates under strict censorship laws, eliminating politically sensitive content or anything contradicting state narratives. Bytedance has built their entire business model around these contrasting requirements. Bytedance has engineered two separate digital ecosystems while maintaining a unified corporate identity. Like a gardener tending two distinct gardens, with completely different plants and watering schedules, the company has constructed distinct content moderation teams, separate servers, and different algorithmic priorities for each platform. To Western audiences, Bytedance emphasizes TikTok's independence from Chinese influence, while simultaneously complying with Beijing's strict digital sovereignty requirements for Douyin. This two-platform strategy reflects China's understanding of information as power. Chinese officials frame Douyin's regulation and TikTok's global promotion as complementary parts of a larger strategy, cultivating a protected domestic digital environment while expanding influence abroad. The strategic rationale becomes clearer through this lens. Social media platforms aren't merely entertainment products. They are powerful tools for shaping narratives and exercising soft power. By creating a walled garden for domestic users while promoting a more addictive version abroad, China demonstrates a sophisticated vision for digital influence. The implications are significant. American teenagers develop potential dependencies on an app optimized for maximum engagement, while Chinese youth receive a moderated version designed for controlled development. One version collects vast behavioral data worldwide. The other ensures domestic data remains under sovereign control. This digital double standard represents China's approach to digital sovereignty, maintaining tight control over internal information flows while allowing tech companies to expand globally on different terms. Bytedance's navigation of these complex waters has been masterful. China's promotion, globally, of what it restricts domestically serves its long-term strategy for technological influence. By allowing Bytedance to deploy TikTok worldwide while protecting its citizens, China gains economic benefits from global success, potential influence through a widely adopted platform, and protection of its population from what it considers digital harms. The digital Cold War battlefield. While users tap through endless streams of content, governments view TikTok through an entirely different lens. What happens when a social media platform, designed for entertainment, becomes entangled in a high-stakes chess match between the world's two most powerful nations? This digital battleground represents something unprecedented in human history: the weaponization of our attention economy on a geopolitical scale. The TikTok controversy has evolved far beyond concerns about teenage dance trends or data privacy. It now stands as the primary proxy battlefield in the larger technological Cold War between the United States and China. This digital chess match centers on which superpower will control the fundamental architecture of our digital future. When President Trump's administration attempted to force Bytedance to sell TikTok's U.S. operations to an American company, the conflict escalated, from regulatory concern to direct confrontation. Bytedance's consistent resistance to this forced sale represented a challenge to the notion that the U.S. could unilaterally dictate the terms of global technology ownership. The Chinese company viewed these demands as a direct infringement on corporate sovereignty, setting the stage for a prolonged standoff. This technological tug-of-war has transcended political administrations. Despite significant policy differences between Trump and Biden, the pressure campaign against TikTok has continued unabated. This persistence signals a growing bipartisan consensus that digital platforms have become critical instruments of state power and national security. But a crucial question remains largely unanswered. Where's the evidence? Many experts have criticized the lack of compelling proof regarding TikTok's alleged threats to national security. The U.S. government has consistently referenced potential dangers without providing definitive justification for its aggressive regulatory stance. This absence of transparent evidence has complicated the narrative, blurring the line between legitimate security concerns and economic protectionism. From Beijing's perspective, the TikTok saga represents something far more significant than a single company under pressure. The Chinese government sees these actions as part of a broader American strategy to suppress China's technological advancement globally. In their view, national security serves as a convenient pretext to target successful Chinese tech companies that challenge American digital dominance. This confrontation has triggered a strategic shift within China itself. Rather than simply defending Bytedance, China has intensified its calls for technological self-reliance and accelerated the development of alternative digital ecosystems. This calculated response aims to reduce dependence on foreign markets and technologies, effectively preparing for a more fragmented digital future, where national boundaries define technological development. The stakes extend far beyond corporate profits. TikTok has demonstrated its capacity to influence political discourse during elections, with its unique algorithmic approach reshaping information flow through society. The platform's ability to rapidly disseminate content has raised legitimate questions about its potential impact on democratic processes. We're witnessing the emergence of tech nationalism, where nations view digital platforms as extensions of state power. This perspective reframes how governments approach regulation, with data sovereignty becoming central to national security strategies. The question becomes, who should control the massive pools of user data that drive modern economies and influence public opinion? Bytedance finds itself caught between two superpowers with fundamentally different visions for the internet's future. On one side, the US demands greater transparency and control over user data. On the other, China expects companies to align with national strategic interests. For TikTok, satisfying both masters has proven virtually impossible. The TikTok controversy is the opening salvo in a fundamental restructuring of the global internet. We're witnessing accelerated fragmentation as nations prioritize digital sovereignty over borderless connectivity. Technology leaders now scramble to develop governance models for this splintered landscape. The implications extend beyond dance videos. This digital Cold War creates a template for future platforms, operating with different rules depending on your location. The internet transforms from a global commons into national territories with distinct borders. As you browse your apps today, you're witnessing the unified internet's final moments. Like a world map being redrawn, tomorrow's digital landscape will reflect geopolitical power more than technological possibility.